Thank you for joining our webinar today. We're going to be taking you through our HR software. So we're taking you through elements of our HR software, and we're going to actually do a live demo as well and take you through very top level what our HR software can do. Just a bit of housekeeping before we start. So you are all on mute, so you aren't able to ask any questions via voice, but what we do have is a question box. You should see it in in the GoToWebinar chat panel. There should be a question element there. You can ask any questions you want, and what we'll do is at the end of the session, we'll try and answer any of your questions that you do have. So in terms of introductions, we've got myself. I'm Daniel Cookson, I'm Head of Product Marketing here at MorePay, and we've got Sophie, who's our pre-sales consultant, and Sophie's going to be taking us through our short demonstration today. Like I say, any questions you do have, put them in the chat box, and we will hopefully answer them at the end of the session. You should all be able to see our screen as well. So firstly, I'd just like to take you through, and it's for those, because we do have some customers on this webinar and we do have prospects. So for those that aren't aware of MorePay, I'd just like to tell you, I think we've just got a couple of slides just to introduce who we are, what we do, and what products we offer. So in essence, this slide here, we're just showing what our vision is. We want to innovate our employee experience. We want to create happy and engaged employees. It is proven that happy, engaged employees do provide better productivity, they work better, and that's what our solutions and offerings are aiming to do, which is to create a happy and engaged workforce. All about employee-centric solutions. We were established in 1966, so we've had over 50 years experience. Today we've got over, or just over 10,000 customers, and that's from a variety of industries and also business sizes. We've got businesses with just 1-2 employees, going up to businesses, and you'll see at the bottom there we've got businesses that have got thousands of employees. So our solution is scalable, and we do count for the masses. In terms of pay slips, each month we produce 500,000 pay slips as MorePay, and we have over 12,500 payroll and HR engagements each month. Between ourselves and Zealous, who is our parent company, we pay 1 in 6 of the UK working population. And you'll see at the bottom there, there's just some of the brands that we do work for. This wheel here is just showing our solutions that we offer. So I'll go through them very, very top level. So starting with the HR, so the blue side right at the top, we've got HR software. I won't go into any more than that because we are going to get into that today. We have HR and employment law solution. So we have advisors, so businesses can pick up the phone if they've got any HR or employment law issues in their business. They can pick up the phone and they can speak to a qualified HR employment law expert, and in some cases that could be a solicitor as well. We also look after policies. We've got HR consultants that can come out and do training, etc. And we also offer the same for health and safety. So we have an advice line that you can give us a call. We've got health and safety consultants that can come out to your business, do risk assessments, help you with audits, training, etc. We do have a full LMS solution that does integrate with the HR software that we're going to go through today. We're not going to go through into any detail around the LMS solution, but if you do want any further information, by all means put it in the question box, and we can get someone to give you a call and take you through that in a bit more detail. But in essence, that is a solution that allows you to create various training courses, starts e-learning courses, and also programs if you want to bespoke them all to your business. At the bottom, we will touch on today people analytics. So that is an analytical tool that sits over your HR and payroll solution. So it could just be payroll, it could just be HR, it could be integrated with both. But that gives you live real-time information in nice dashboards, but we'll get into a bit more on that on the demo, and you'll be able to see it on the demo in a short while. If we go over to the payroll side, So starting at the top again, we've got time and attendance. So that is the software to manage all your schedules and rostering, and also the clocking in, clocking out devices. So we support you with all that, and again, that gets fed into, if you've got payroll with us, that can get fed into the payroll. Employee benefits, we're not going to go into any detail about that or go into great detail about that in terms of a demo, but we have got, and this is something that's quite new, employee benefits. So that is discounts and your typical employee benefits, gym discounts, health cash plans, that also integrates seamlessly with the payroll if you've got payroll with us, and it also integrates with HR software. So you just pull off an extract and send it off to your payroll provider, but that is something that we offer as well. In terms of payroll, we've got two flavors of payroll. We have payroll software, so if you want to manage all your payroll yourself, you can do that through our software, or we offer outsource or managed service whereby you provide us the data, we'll do all the number crunching and pay your employees. Again, that integrates seamlessly with our HR software, so you can either have them together or independently. Auto enrollment, we offer a managed service for our auto enrollment. So if you tell us your pension provider, we pretty much do the rest, all the communications, and manage all your auto enrollment obligations from a legislation point of view. And then right at the bottom, we've got payment solutions. So we do offer a BAT and a cloud-based direct debit solution. So if you're looking at paying suppliers or collecting direct debits from, if you're a membership organization, we do have a solution that is capable of doing that. Like I say, any products that we've been through here, if it's something that you didn't realize MorePay did and you want more information, by all means put it in the question box, and at the end we will pass that over to someone who will give you a call and take you through in a bit more detail on that solution. So in terms of agenda now, we're going to have a quick look at our HR software, the key features, and give you a bit of an overview of how it looks in terms of visuals. Then afterwards, we'll just take you through a bit of the technology and the security around our HR software, our training and implementation, and then we'll get into a live Q&A session. So just before we do jump into a demo, pretty much everything that we offer in terms of software, whether it be service or software, we are looking at helping you as a business attract and retain talent, increase your productivity, ensure that you are compliant from all elements of legislation, and ensure that the data that you hold or we hold on your behalf is secure and also reliable in terms of a payroll and accuracy and reporting point of view. So I'm going to hand over to my colleague Sophie now, and you might have to bear with us just a couple of seconds while we flick into our live demo. So over to you, Sophie.
Thanks, Dan. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to log into the system. Okay, so you should now be able to see my screen, and what we can see here is the dashboard that you arrive on when you first log into your MorePay system. I'm currently logged in on an integrated payroll and HR system, so you can see in my main menu down the left hand side, I've got my HR functionalities as well as my payroll. They are all in the one login in the one database. The system is cloud-based, so you can access it anywhere at any time. It's just the internet link and your username and password. So you can access your data whenever you may need it. We do have 3 levels of login of access. So we've got admin access, so you will be able to see the whole of your company. You've got manager access, who will be able to just see their direct reports. And then you've also got employee self-service access. So employees can go on, submit their own holiday requests, see their own data, look at any documents you've got stored against them, etc. So you've got down the left-hand side the main menu, the middle section of our system where you've got the company inputs and approvals. We've done quite a lot of analysis of what our clients need to access quickly and what they use the most. And these are the pages which you can see in the middle section. It's all designed to make it quick and easy for you to utilise the system to its full potential. Down the right hand side, you've got things like access reports, and these are for your payroll reports if you do have the integrated payroll and HR software. Employees away today show anybody that's on annual leave or sickness through our leave module. The team sick cost, so as an admin user you would see the whole company's sick cost, and as a manager you would see just your team. So at first glance of logging into the system, you've got access to all of this data. Employee events is things like anniversaries with the company, people's birthdays, anybody that's terminating, employment. Again, as soon as you log in, you've got access to that information. So the menu down the left-hand side is what we'll work through today. And the first one we'll have a look at is personnel. And within here, this is where you would add a new starter onto the system. So we've designed an easy-to-use wizard that guides you through the process end-to-end of adding your employees onto the system. So you can fill in the company details, their personal details, going into payroll details if you do have them on here, and bank details if you do use our BACS facility through the payroll module. So it helps you capture all the information required to get your employees onto the system. So under the other options in personnel, you've got things like their contact details, so phone numbers for work and personal, and also email addresses. You can capture things like passport details and visa details for an employee. These also do have alerts on them in the system. So if somebody's passport or visa is about to expire, it can send you an email to let you know, just so you're always on top of your data and you know exactly what's going on. You've got attachments for an employee, so you can upload as many attachments as you wish against an employee's record. So things like copies of contracts, changes to terms and conditions, maternity forms maybe. When your employee logs in on their employee self-service, they've got access to see all of them documents, download them, print them if they wish. So it just makes it easier for yourself as a HR user that your employees have got access to their own data. Under the contract details menu, you've got more around the contractuals of your employees. So things about their leave entitlements, whether they're on a fixed plan, so they get all their entitlement at the beginning of the year, or if they do accrue leave as the year goes by, we can also build those rules into the system for you, and it will be automatically calculated. Employee relations is around disciplinaries and grievances, so you can record any disciplinaries or grievances you may have. What happened, notes from the meeting, who exactly was in the meeting, and then you can also upload any attachments within this section, so meeting notes, outcome letters, etc., that don't go on the employee profile. It stays within the admin user, so your data is separate. So I'm just going to log in now as an employee just to show you how we would submit some annual leave. So within the leave module as an employee, just before I go into that, you'll see that the view is exactly the same for an employee and it is for a manager, so we keep it consistent throughout the databases. However, you've just got different menus as an employee and you can only see your own personal data. So if I go into leave and in the leave calendar, I can find the time when I want to book off. So I'm just going to go to April and I'm going to book off the week beginning the 8th of April. So if I double click into that day, I can choose holiday, other leave or sickness, and you can see there are some other menus in there if you do need to record any other types of leave as well. So if I just choose holiday, I can choose a date range. Are they all full days or any of them half days? And then I press save. That will go to my manager as an email and a notification in the system for them to then log in and authorise or decline my holiday. If I do choose sickness, I also get the options to upload a doctor's certificate, so a fit note, and also if you've got a return to work document completed, or if you wish to use our workflow for our return to work, you can set that up in the system, which will allow you to complete a full return to work process. Just while I'm logged in as an employee, I'll just show you the our timesheets and expenses module as well. This works best if you do have our payroll integrated with the HR, because all this information would feed directly into the payroll. So you can choose what expense it may be, put in your unit and your value, and then if we scroll right across, employees have the options to attach any documents, so copies of receipts, etc., before they then save and submit it to their manager for approval. And it works exactly the same way with timesheets. So if you wanted your employees to record their times of work, they can do that, save and submit it to their manager. So the next menu we'll have a look at is our talent menu. So within our talent, we've got a full performance management module. So as an admin, you can design your performance, your annual appraisal, your performance review, and the system will initiate it, and it can go backwards and forward between your managers and your employees to fully complete your appraisal. So things like KPIs, personal objectives, company objectives, right down to doing 9-box grids, can be built into the system. Under development, you've got things like course attendances. So if any of your employees attend courses, how long would the courses take place for? What was the cost of the course? And that way you'll be able to run reports and see how much you're spending or how much time is being spent in a certain area or department within your business. You've got things like memberships and license and reg summaries. So if any of our employees were to have a membership or a license and reg summary with an expiry date on there, you will be able to get alerts to let you know what's going on with that license or that membership and if you need to renew it. You've then got succession planning all around what an employee wants to do, where they want to go, and who they could success and what are they going to do to get there. Our safety module allows you to record any accidents or injuries that happen within the company, track any corrective actions as a result of that. If anybody does then make any claims, you can record what the statuses are, the values of any claims. And then you've also got occupational health as well. So if you do refer any employees under occupational health, you can record all of that information within the database. The recruitment module allows you to keep track of your vacancies, what stage they're at. So if you just opened them, have they been approved? Has the vacancy then been filled? Any applicants that may apply for any vacancies, any notes on the applicant, if there's any alternative positions that they may be suitable for, and then also any competencies for your applicants as well. If you do use our recruitment module, through the new starter wizard, if an applicant is successful, you can pull through all of that information into an employee record, so you haven't got to duplicate keying in the information. We then have external personnel, and our external personnel is used to record any details around any temp workers or agency workers that wouldn't necessarily be within your business or in your payroll. It's quite good and useful if you've got audits, so you know exactly who's working for you and what roles they're covering. So as Dan mentioned earlier, we do have our benefits package, which we have recently launched. So if I just go into the benefits, just to show you what it would look like. So we offer a range of benefits and discounts to your employees. Benefits, some can be salary sacrifice or some can be just a benefit. Things like health cash plans, cycle to work schemes, breast screening. You can see there's quite a lot on here for our benefits. We can then click into our discounts, and we've got over 6,000 discounts that are available to your employees. So things on the high street, to gym memberships, to cashback cards. And employees do have access to this, and you can see what they're clicking on, what they're interested in, and what they wish to purchase. If you do have our payroll solution, this does fully integrate with the payroll, so any benefit or discount your employee would select, we would be able to run that through the payroll too. We then have our analytics product. So if I click into the analytics from the main dashboard, it will take me straight into our analytics product. And you can see from first clicking on that link, I've got 8 tiles that show me an overview of all different areas of my business. So I've got things like composition, what it's made up of, over to compensation, financials, gender diversity for gender pay gap. If I click into any of these tiles, it then breaks down that area of the business into a lot more reports. So I can see things like current headcount, growth rates, trends, things by gender and age distribution. On any of the graphs which are by year, if I click into it, it'll break it down by quarter. If I click into the quarter, it'll break it down by month. And then if I click into the month, it breaks it down by day. So you can really drill down into the minute bits of data to analyse every area of your business. You can export the query as well. So if you want to know exactly where that data has come from, you can export the raw data, and you can export each tile as a PNG, so it's a picture if you've got things like board meetings and presentations you do need to make. So if I just click into one of the other ones, I go into our absence tile. You can see my sick occurrences year to date, what's that's costing me, how many hours I'm losing as a result of sickness, down to things like absence per employee, Bradford factors if you use that as well, right down to the reasons why people are off and the months that they occur in. So you can see if you've got any trends or any patterns throughout your organisation. With the analytics, you do have the explore tile as well, so you can create all of your own tiles and you can group them as dashboards as well. So if you wanted a whole new dashboard with a range of different tiles on there, if you've got departments, you might want to look at absence for just one department, or you might want to expand that to be a range of departments or cost centres, for example. So it is really flexible. You can access all of your information that's stored within the payroll and HR database within the analytics product. So that covers a really high level overview of our HR software integrated with the payroll, benefits and analytics. What we'll do now is I'll hand back over to Dan. If you do want a full demonstration of the system with any bespoke queries that you may have, just drop us a question, and then, like Dan said, we can get that organised with somebody to give you a call and take you through it in a lot more detail.
Yeah, thank you, Sophie. That was a really good overview. I'm just going to move back to our presentation. As you see there, we have got a lot of modules, and each module has its own screens, its own functionality. So there is a lot more the system can do, and something that we couldn't do it justice in the time that we've got. But as Sophie mentioned, if you do have any more queries on the modules and you want to get into the detail and find out exactly how they work, we can do a one-to-one demo with you, get into the actual details. And really bespoke a demo for you, get into your requirements, then by all means just pop it into the questions, and someone will get back to you on that. Now this webinar has followed on from our previous webinar that we did, which was around digitizing your HR records. So I think in there we covered elements of what businesses' responsibilities are in terms of employee data, the risks of using paper, because a lot of businesses are still using paper-based formats to record HR data, also what the consequences are, and things to look out for when trying to select and trying to pick a HR software provider. So hopefully we've covered off some of the elements that we went through in the previous webinar, and again that is a recording that you can ask us again, and we can send you the recording that we did. It was a couple of weeks ago, run by Michelle, who's our HR director here at Morpay. So by all means we can send that out to you. The slide that I've got on here now just shows the full top level modules that we've pretty much gone through. I think we've gone through them all. And we do offer two versions of the HR software. If you buy the HR software on its own, we offer the advanced, but if you do integrate it with the payroll, we do offer a premium, which is a bit more of a light touch. Those that are just getting into HR software or looking more to, looking at the employee self-service. But they both do integrate, like I say, with our payroll solution. In terms of the technology, it is cloud-based, so there's no installations. You're not storing it on any of your servers. It is installed all on our servers. You can access it anywhere as long as you've got internet connection. We do offer software upgrades, so we do 4 upgrades a year, 2 which are legislative and we have to do, and then 2 which are more around enhancements. And we do ask our customers to provide us feedback as to what they would like to see. And we do incorporate those into our roadmap as well. So in terms of ongoing support, we do have a technical team that you can call. If you've got payroll with us, you get a payroll specialist, so you get a name contact that you can give them a call and they'll support you with your payroll and your HR. In terms of data, all our data is stored in the UK in purposely built IBM data centres. So they're both down in London. So we have a primary centre and also a backup, a secondary data centre, should anything happen. So those are all in the UK and operated by IBM. And then in terms of GDPR compliance, we will support you in any GDPR compliance that you do have. We're data processors, your data controllers, but we do support you, and we would support any customers that are looking at their GDPR compliance. Straight away, just by putting your HR data into our system and not having it on spreadsheets or having it on paper-based formats that are passed around the office, is straight away you're ticking one of the boxes for GDPR compliance anyway. So again, we can support you on that element. In terms of training, we offer various training elements depending on the products and the different services that you take with us, but we can do those via webinar, one-to-one webinars, or we can come out on site and do some training sessions just to ensure that you're proficient with the system. We can also do some recorded training for your employees on using the self-service. So we do try and ensure that all our customers are trained and they know all the features and functions that the system can do, because it is quite extensive in terms of what you can do with the system. There are always going to be elements that customers didn't realize that they could do, and we just want to make sure that they get the most out of the solution. In terms of implementation, anybody that comes to us gets assigned an implementation manager, and again, depending on the products, we split it out into 5 steps. So we welcome you, we provide you with a spreadsheet to get all your data, whether it's from spreadsheets that you're currently using. We'll support you in getting all that HR data, or whether it's using another system, we can support you in extracting that data and how to get it into our system as quickly and easily as possible. Get you set up, migrate all your data, ensure that you've gone through the training and you've got access to all the training modules, and then allow you to log in and pass you over, hand it back to you, and you can log in and you can start using and making use of the solution. So we do handhold you, through the whole step to make sure that you're comfortable and you're set up and everything's working as it should. So that's the end of our demonstration. I think we did have it scheduled in for half an hour, so we have hit the half an hour, but what we will do is for anyone that wants to stay on, we have got some questions that have come through, and we'll try and get as many answered as possible. Any that we don't answer, we will definitely be in touch and we'll ensure that you do get an answer to your question. So first question, what reports are available? So in terms of reports, we went through the analytic tool, and those reports are all real time. You can get that information, but we do have a report writer. So it's an extractor tool. We didn't really go into the detail on that one, but any solution that you do have or any data that you do have in the solution, you can pull it out and you can report on it. We've got another question. The company I work for is growing. What happens if we continue to grow? Can the software handle this? Yeah, we've got a range of employee sizes on our solution, and we work on a flexible pricing model that doesn't penalise anybody that is growing. It's there to support businesses that do grow. So yeah, by all means, if you've got a business that's growing and you're adding employees, you just add them on there and you just pay for the employees that are stored on there, with the exception of the external personnel. Those don't have, you don't have to pay for those. That's just data that's stored on there. Another question, can the system prepare letters for mail merge in Word format that can pull through the employee details?
Yep, so through our extractor tool, which is our report writer, you can use the extractor to create your mail merge, pulling through all the employee details which you require to create your letters. So yeah, definitely it's something that we can do for mail merge.
Another question that we've got, we have payroll with more pay. Can we switch this on without building an extra database? Yeah, it would be something that we can just switch on if you have payroll with us. So I know that we have got customers on this webinar. So if you have got payroll with us, we can switch any of the elements that you've seen, whether it be the HR software, the benefits, the analytics, the LMS. You can switch them off on a modular kind of format. Just get in contact with us, and we can get you a cost to add that on. And it is one database. You're not updating two. It's one of the key USPs of having an integrated solution. Are your sickness reasons fixed, or can we adapt them to our requirements?
So all of the drop-down lists within the system, so sickness reasons, any of the drop-down menus where you've got options can be bespoke to whatever code you wish them to be. So yeah, you can create all of your own sickness reasons, as are in there as standard, but you can remove them if you do wish.
I've got another question. I use a different payroll company, however, could your HR software be used standalone? Yeah, it can be used standalone. And there are elements and there are cases where we have integrated with other payroll providers and had our software standalone, and vice versa. We've got payroll companies or payroll customers that we integrate with their other HR providers. So yeah, it's something that we can definitely look at. We've got another one, which is, does your system handle holiday accruals? Yes, it does. It handles holiday accruals. It handles average holiday pay. Those are all set up and built at the implementation stage. We would help you and support you in doing that. But yeah, it does handle that. We've got another one. Can you do holidays in hours?
Yep, we can do holidays in hours, holidays in days. So your employees will be assigned their leave entitlement in whichever format you give them when they go to book off. If it's days, they can do full days or half days, either in the morning or the afternoon. And if it's hours, they can type in how many hours they wish to take off for that day.
We've got a couple asking for the slides for today. So yeah, following this webinar, we'll send out the slides. slides and ensure you get a copy. We'll also try and get in there a copy of the previous webinar that we did. But based on times, apologies, we have got quite a lot of questions there, and we will get back to you. Someone will give you a call or drop you an email with an answer to the questions that you've got. We've got everybody's names, we've got the questions, so we will be in touch. So I'd just like to thank you for joining the webinar. Hope you found it useful, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.